There's only one place in America where this could happen. Driving along a seldom used highway smack in the middle of Florida, we have come upon an entire factory team of Italian racing machinery, often referred to as sports cars. This is the Maserati team from Modena, Italy. Of course, there's a reason these men and machines from the land of the Caesars are driving along this particular road. In 3 hours and 15 minutes, they will be engaged in a great battle of speed and endurance. The deserted pits will contain the finest competition the sports car world has to offer. This is the sun brings the first stir of activity and promise of a hot day. Completing the 5-mile drive from the garage in Sebring, the blood-red Maseratis arrive, and like everyone else, head for the local gas station, where business is booming. This is what the official rules say about fuel. Pump fuel only must be used. Pump fuel is defined as any automotive gasoline commonly available at major oil companies' roadside filling stations in the United States, without any additives except upper lube. So-called water injection systems will not be allowed. Premium-grade fuel will be furnished to all contestants from official sources. Fuel will be supplied to all contestants in standard 5-gallon containers of standard opening. The use of other refueling containers is forbidden. Sorry, no green stamps. This man dedicates 365 days a year to this great event, the race secretary, Mr. Reginald Smith. And the man who started the whole thing, Mr. Alex Xydias, president of the sponsoring organization. Incidentally, this is being brought to you in compatible color. Very compatible. The pits have now become a beehive of preparation, as cars from Germany, England, France, Italy, and the United States are made ready. The Maserati team, while not putting all their eggs in one basket, are putting 2 of their best in a big red one. This is the world champion egg, Juan Manuel Fangio. Co-driving with the master is France's great Jean Behra. And this is the big red basket. The reason I say big is this 8-cylinder mechanical masterpiece. The overhead cam V8 has 4,454 cubic centimeters, just under 4.5 liters, largest in the race except for the Corvettes. As we said, they didn't put all their eggs in one basket. This is an English egg named Sterling Moss, second only to Fangio in the Grand Prix world. Moss will be in basket number 20, just as red, but with a much smaller 6-cylinder, 3-liter power plant. The American champion Carroll Shelby will be in factory car 21. Lance Ravetlo will co-drive his own Maserati, which he purchased just a few weeks ago. It was the first of the new 200 SI models to arrive in the States, and tests have proven it to be a terrific performer. Its crew has affectionately named it the Testanera, the Blackhead. Jim Kimberly is another who has switched to the new 2-liter from Italy. His crew is putting the final touches on the Red Beauty that arrived in this country just a few days ago. One of our better American drivers, Jack McAfee, will co-drive the Porsche factory entry with the German driver Hans Hermann. 4 of the new Alfa Romeos are entered. On the right, Colin Chapman from England, designer-builder of the beautiful little Lotus. On the left, Jay Chamberlain, sales distributor for the car in the western states. Chapman will co-drive number 59, Chamberlain will co-drive number 60. There are 2 of the 3-liter Mercedes 300 SL coupes entered. Both of the German-built machines are American-owned. These long-nosed Austin Healey's are entered by the American distributor of this popular British sports car. Again, we turn to an Italian threat. These are the competition creations of Enzo Ferrari. And we find that the man from Modena has brought along several red baskets of his own in which he will place a very talented group of eggs. This is factory car number 12, powered by a 3.5-liter V12 with, as you can see, 6 dual-throat carburetors. The car will be driven by one of the hardest drivers here, an all-around sportsman, the Marquis Alfonso de Portago of Spain. His co-driver will be one of Italy's top men, Luigi Musso. Numbers 29 and 30 are American-owned 2-liter models. The 4-cylinder engine has proven itself all over the world and gave the car its name, the now famous Testarossa, the Redhead. A car that will not race today is attracting as much of a crowd as its competitive-minded relations. This beauty is the new Jaguar XK SS, blood brother to the equally beautiful D-Type Jaguar, and the kinship is more than skin deep. The engine is basically the same. It has 3 dual Weber carburetors and produces 262 horsepower. Braking is by 4-wheel Dunlap discs, and it has right-hand drive. Here are the D-types that will carry the famous Jaguar Marquis into the battle that lies ahead. 8, 9, and 10 are 3.5-liter machines. 5, 6, and 7 are later models. They are more streamlined and have a larger displacement engine, 3.8 liters with fuel injection. The new Corvette hasn't arrived as yet, so let's look at the rest of the team. Paul O'Shea and Pete Lovely will co-drive number 2. Entered in the new Grand Touring class, number 3 and 4 will run as coupes. And now Mr. Ullman addresses the drivers' meeting. His first bit of information concerns the Ferrari factory. It seems the entry form said the engines had 3,400 cc's, but an official check found they contained 3,800 cc's. Enzo's boys were at a loss to explain how a slight error like that might have occurred. Now, with a final good luck and Godspeed, the meeting ends. Let's take a lap around the course so we can see just what this 5-mile battleground is like. At the end of the 2,000-foot pit straight, there is a fast bend, followed by just under 1,000 feet of concrete runway. Then, another fast bend. A short straight, and a wide, sweeping turn, which leads to the asphalt back road. Now that we have the feel of the car, let's finish the lap at a racing pace. Coming up, probably the most dangerous spot on the course, the S's. Followed by a very fast bend. And a short straight leading to the slowest corner on the circuit. As you can see on the sign, it's a true hairpin. This type of turn really eats up the brake lining. Now we have 3,600 feet in which to accelerate before braking again. This time for 2 90-degree corners. The first to the right. The second to the left. The next stretch is 2,300 feet long, with one very fast bend before downshifting for another 90 degree to the right. We are now on the fastest straight of the circuit, a wide concrete runway just under 1 mile long. There goes the XKSS, making a final check of positions before the start. A 90 degree to the right after being flat out, one of the many severe tests of man and machine on this Sebring circuit. Still another fast straight, this one just under 4,000 feet. There's the bridge over the starting line. Finally, the last two corners that will lead us back to the pits. Where starting time is just a few minutes away. Making a last-minute cockpit check, the Englishman, Peter Collins, who has been a great asset to the Ferrari team this past year. And here they are, just itching to stick their noses in someone else's business. This is the car that has probably created more of a stir than the other 64 entrants combined, the magnesium-bodied Corvette SS. It is a giant step forward by an American automotive manufacturer into the world of racing. This is John Fitch, a very fine American driver. Seated next to him is Zora Arkus-Duntov, who designed the SS. The beautiful blue job will need a lot of luck its first time out, and it will need it soon. Starting time is less than 30 seconds away. The start is of the Le Mans type. At the flag, the drivers will take off like Chicken Licken when she heard the sky was falling. The time is 10 a.m., March the 23rd, 1957. The 7th running of the 12-hour Florida International Grand Prix of Endurance has begun. The Corvette Coupes are first across the line, followed by the finest collection of sports cars in the world. Hawthorn is having trouble with the D-Jag. Almost last away. There's a real jam at the S's. And then the first car appears on the back straight. It's Collins in number 11 Ferrari. Here's the rest of the field. I can't make out their numbers. We'll have to wait until they pass the starting line. The leader, Collins, is really flying. What a tremendous lead after just one lap. Now, it's Moss, Phil Hill, Gregory, Behra, and Fitch in the Corvette, followed by Boss in the D-Type and the rest of the field. At the S's, the positions remain the same. Collins, Ferrari. Moss, Maserati. Hill, Ferrari. Gregory, Ferrari. Behra, Maserati. And Fitch, Corvette. Fifth lap, the leader is still number 11, Collins. But Behra has moved number 19 into second ahead of Moss in number 20. Madsen Gregory in 15 has passed Hill for fourth spot. Here are the two leader Maseratis, Reventlow and Kimberly. Ericsson in the D-Type from Cuba. And the Corvette SS. Sterling Moss. Here's Reventlow, number 27. Suddenly, number 1 Corvette is in the pits. We understand it's ignition trouble and that Fitch had to replace a coil out on the course. Behra, now on the 19th lap, has just passed Collins, putting the big red basket into the lead. The other positions are unchanged, but Portago is moving up on teammates Hill and Gregory. Portago is continuing his terrific pace. He has now passed both Hill and Gregory and is lying fourth. There's Gregory in the red machine from Modena. And Collins trying to get around two Porsches. Kimberly in the 2-liter. Hilbern's Testarossa Ferrari. We've just seen the second-hour bulletin, and Portago is now in third after passing Moss. It's nearing 1 o'clock now, and the drivers are receiving their come-in signals. Revitlo is in with the 2-liter. The pit steward breaks the seal on the filler cap, and they're ready to go to work. Bill Pollock, the co-driver, is ready. And he's off, just as a Cooper overshoots its pit and has to be pushed back by the driver. The rules forbid any assistance. Shelby has dashed into the Maserati pit almost out of gas, but Behra is due any second. They jam in 5 gallons and rush him out, so they will be ready for the leader when he arrives. And here he is. The Frenchman has set a new lap record of 3 minutes, 24.5 seconds in gaining the lead, and now holds a 1-lap advantage over Collins, who is still in second position with the Ferrari. This means they have over 3 minutes for the pit stop before losing the lead. They can do it in less than half the time. So when the big red V8 leaves the pits, it should still be in first place. Behra has a word with Fangio while Schell listens and waits to relieve Moss in number 20. The fuel's in, and one last check of the wheels, and it's time for Fangio to exhibit his great skill behind the wheel of a racing car. The Maserati returns to the battle, still in the lead. But many have fallen. The race, faster than ever before, is murdering the machinery. Number 10 and number 46 are out, but the rest have 9 more hours to go. That's Indianapolis driver Pat O'Connor in Inslee's D-Jag, and Paul O'Shea, number 2 Corvette.
There's the third-hour bulletin.
Thank you. Let's see. Position number 1, still number 19, Maserati. Position 2, Portago, number 12, Ferrari. Position 3, Gregory. Position 4, Collins. 5, Moss. 6, Shelby. 7th, Hawthorn. Juan Manuel Fangio, world champion, relieved Behra at the wheel. We knew that. Musso has relieved De Portago in number 12, Ferrari. Jack Inslee has relieved Pat O'Connor in number 8, Jaguar. Juan Trips has relieved Phil Hill in Ferrari number 14. Taruffi has relieved Fitch in Corvette number 1. Boynton has relieved Kimberly. The Shelby Maserati has been disqualified for a rule violation. Darrell, check that. We'll have to check on what caused Shelby's disqualification. Moss on the left has turned the 3-liter over to Schell and now relaxes with Behra. The silver factory-entered Porsche, which is leading the index standings, chases John Kunstel's Porsche toward the S's. Here's a good view of the fastest straight on the circuit. Testarossa. Number 12 Ferrari is now lying second with Musso at the wheel. The Porsche pits are jumping now. And here comes Gregory with the third place car. The Ferrari crew starts to hustle. The man in front seems to have the best of it. All he has to do is check the tire wear with a depth gauge. Gregory has been pushing the Ferrari hard and is really bushed. As the fuel gushes in, a tire is retired. And the competition applies the pressure. For some, the pressure is too great. The Corvette is out. And gentleman Jim Kimberly is probably feeling very ungentlemanly at this point. The transmission failed, putting his beautiful new Maserati out of the race. Number 22 Maserati is out. And Ericsson's D-Type Jag quit on the course.
Here's a special vote.
Thanks, Joe. This is a statement by Ian Cole, General Manager, Chevrolet Motor Division. We quote, "We are quite pleased with the performance of the Corvette SS. The run at Sebring gave us an opportunity to observe, under severe operating conditions, several components we were interested in testing. It proved a design of great promise. When some elements showed signs of deterioration faster than we thought they should, we felt it best to stop and observe these components rather than continue to the point of failure, which would complicate further study." Well, they're not alone. 15 other cars are out of the race at this point. Time continues to slip by, and there have been several driver changes. Behra has relieved Fangio. Moss has taken the wheel from Schell. And Herman has relieved McAfee in the factory Porsche. Hawthorn has moved the D-Type into the first 5. Collins is back at number 11 Ferrari, replacing Trintignant. Now, at great personal risk and expense, we take you up for an aerial view of the circuit. Hold on tight. Oh, about that helicopter, it cost $150 an hour. This cost a quarter. I'm sorry, but I think I'm getting airsick. Back on the ground, the grind goes on. We've just received the 4 o'clock bulletin. Positions: first, 19 Maserati; second, number 15 Ferrari; third, number 5 Jaguar; 4, number 12 Ferrari; fifth, number 11 Ferrari. Reventlo's Maserati number 27 retired from the race at 3:46 p.m. with connecting rod trouble. At this time, a total of 17 cars have officially retired from the race. Number 5 Jaguar in third place pulled into the pits at 3:54. In 6 minutes, the pit crew refueled the car and changed the brake line on all 4 wheels. Bueb relieved Hawthorn as driver. Well, that's how it was at the halfway point. But it looks like we'll have to add to the beat-up machinery list. And the list continues to grow. The Ferrari coupe is being pushed to the pits by its driver. And the Hill Von Tripp's Ferrari is out. Inslee's D-Jag is out with a broken axle. With the sun slowly sinking in the west and the brake line sinking into the rivets, it's time to turn the lights on. Here are the standings at 7 o'clock. The handicap is a complete sweep for Porsche. Here are the leaders in the classes. Maserati, Ferrari, Porsche. And here are the cars that are out. What a list. Even total darkness doesn't slow them down. The cars continue to flash by the pits at that torturous pace. The Ferris wheel hasn't broken down, but another car has. It's beginning to look like the only way they're going to catch the big red V8 is to head it off at the pass. On and on and on into the night. Another car leaves the pit. The Maserati pit is ready with a sign for Fangio. And we see that it's Fangio, Hawthorn, and Moss. 1, 2, 3. The board hasn't been changed. Portago is in the pits. Suddenly it's over, and Walter Cronkite announces it to the world. The man has done it again. The master, the world champion. Juan Manuel Fangio has won the Sebring Grand Prix of Endurance for the second consecutive year. Here's Maserati's head mechanic. Bravo, bene fatto, bene fatto. Grazie, grazie tanto. A job well done, very well done. And Jean Behra, who more than held up his end of the bargain. So it's over. 12 hours, 197 laps, over 1,000 miles. Sure makes a man thirsty.